So, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, journalists, we are very happy to start the first press conference of the World Rabbit and Blitz Championships. And I'm really happy to introduce the guests of the press conference. We have with us today FIDE President Arkady Dvorkovich. We have FIDE Vice President and the Director of the tournament, Lukasz Turley, as well as President of the Polish Chess Federation, Radosław Jedynak. And of course, world champion in all formats, in classical, blitz and rabbit, Magnus Carlsen. I would like also to introduce to the media, especially Mikhail Kanarkievich, who is a press officer from the organizers, and I will be the moderator of this press conference and also a press officer for this event, Anastasia Karlovich. So welcome for the press conference, and first of all, I would like to give a floor to all participants to share their thoughts just before the start of this very important and great event. Everybody, I think, loves Blitz and Rapid. So, Arkady Vladimirovich, please.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here in Warsaw. Just arrived less than 1 hour ago, and it's like a miracle to have these championships, Rapid and Blitz, back to back to the World Championship, the classical format, where Magnus defended his title and won the 5th match in a row. And was a risk that we would not be able to organize the Rapid and Blitz Championship this year after restrictions have been introduced due to the new variation of COVID-19. But I would like to thank and express our deepest gratitude to the government of Poland, to Polish chess community and the Chess Federation, and Lukasz, our Vice President, for the opportunity to host the championships here in Warsaw. It's a great chance for all of us to enjoy chess in all its varieties, and the very fact that most of the top players came to compete here to Warsaw is an indication that everyone wants to play and enjoy chess and win as well. And for FIDE, it's also a confirmation that chess is coming back to the traditional forms. Of course, online is a good complement to the traditional chess, to the over-the-board, but we do want to see players and sit at the boards ourselves as well, even in the difficult times. So again, I would like to thank the organizers, the hosts, our partners, including Tatneft company, who joined us at the very end just a few days ago, all others who support us in all our endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now,
of course, everyone who didn't sleep for nights and nights and nights here during the last few days to make it happen.
I think especially Lukasz Turley didn't sleep well, the tournament director. So I would like to pass, can you please tell us your thoughts about this event? Lukasz Turley, Vice President of FIDE and Tournament Director.
Dzień dobry Państwu. Ja chciałbym na wstępie oczywiście bardzo serdecznie podziękować zarówno prezydentowi FIDE Arkadiemu Dworkowiczowi za zaufanie, które tutaj w osoby związane z polskimi szachami złożył, i oczywiście rządowi polskiemu za to, że też nam zaufali i bardzo mocno wspomogli tą imprezę.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really thankful for support from Polish government and also from Arkady Dworkovich, FIDE President. I'm really happy that we've got this event.
To będzie najsilniejszy turniej w historii polskich szachów, no i jestem niesamowicie szczęśliwy, że tak właściwie wszystkie siły w polskich szachach, wiele województw, Polski Związek Szachowy połączyły siły, żeby tak właściwie w 16,5 dnia tą imprezę z udziałem najsilniejszych zawodników świata przygotować.
I'm really happy that so many powers from Poland, they are cooperating to have this event. We've had only 16 days to prepare, but we are ready to host all the players from the world.
To wydarzenie to też jest ogromna szansa dla polskich zawodników, zarówno czołowych zawodników, jak i tych młodszych zawodników, którzy otrzymali dzikie karty dzięki zgodzie tutaj Międzynarodowej Federacji, aby właśnie zagrać z tymi najlepszymi.
there is also a chance because we've got many wild cards for Polish players, and we are happy that so many Polish, especially young players, they are able to play in our World Championships.
No i oczywiście bardzo chcielibyśmy też Państwu podziękować, dziennikarzom, przedstawicielom mediów za tak liczne przybycie, już za te wszystkie materiały, które były przed wydarzeniem. No myślę, że to będzie też z punktu widzenia medialnego największe wydarzenie w historii polskich szachów.
And I would like to say thank you to all the media and journalists, because I think it will be the biggest event in Poland related to chess area, and I think that is great a chance for Polish media to use chess for our promotional tasks.
I oczywiście bardzo serdecznie bym chciał podziękować Magnusowi Carlsenowi. Nieczęsto w Polsce mistrz świata gra w turniejach, tak właściwie nie pamiętamy, kiedy ostatnio była taka szansa. W 2 turniejach Magnus zagra, co myślę, że jest bardzo ważne dla nas, dla promocji szachów. No i mam nadzieję, że ten czas spędzony w Warszawie, również mistrz świata, będzie bardzo dobrze wspominać.
I'm really also thankful to Magnus Carlsen, world chess champion, who will be playing in 2 tournaments in Poland. So I think it's a very good opportunity, because it's a very great chance here for Poland to see that world chess champion is playing in Poland exactly in 2 chess tournaments in a row.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I would like to give a floor to Radosław Jedynak. Can you please tell us your thoughts about this event? And it's the president of Polish Chess Federation.
Well, everything has been already said on this press conference. I want to thank you, Mr. Arkady Dworkovich and Łukasz Tuglej, for helping the Federation to prepare this wonderful event that is going to happen here in Poland. For me, it's a great honor, as for the Federation, and also for myself, to greet all the best players in the world, including Magnus, of course, Hikaru Nakamura, Ali Reza, Fiuza, and all the others, of course, our superstar, young Krzysztof Duda. But I would like to thank all the employees, all the people in the Polish Chess Federation who did extremely difficult job recent times during Christmas to prepare this event. And well, these people may not be here on the press conference, but they are still working. And for me, it's well, I'm proud of the people who do a lot for chess, and also for the volunteers who help us a lot during our recent days. I believe this will be a great event. I think that the kibitzers will have a lot of fun, we'll have commentators. Well, this will be a very, very good and nice event. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all looking forward for it. And Magnus Carlsen, please.
Yes, first of all, really grateful to be here in Poland for this wonderful event. It's by no means a given that such an event will happen during such a time, and especially on such a short notice. So I think I speak on behalf of all the players who come here that we're very grateful for this opportunity to play. I think an event that's among the favorites of all the top players. So I'll be looking forward to 5 days of great fights here.
Thank you. And now it's time for the questions. We have 2 microphones from different sides, and if journalists would like to ask questions, please welcome. We're looking forward. Yes, please. Can you please come there?
From NRK, a question to Magnus. Who do you see as your greatest rivals for the 2 trophies?
The field in general, I think there's nobody like specific. I think that you can point to that will certainly do well, especially if you're talking about both events, because a lot of times somebody does well in one and not the others. But I don't think by naming names I would be surprising anybody. So I think most of all it's up to me here. If I have 5 days of good form, then have chances to win it all.
And how do you feel? You've been to a World Championship match. You have some days off. How do you feel right now before the start?
I don't think anybody feels particularly great on the first day of these events. There are always some little nerves, and you're just anxious to get going.
Everybody in the chess world's talking about you and Firouzja. How do you see him and by meeting him this championship?
Oh, I mean, he's 18 years old and he got a silver medal already 2 years ago. So I think that speaks for itself in terms of his ability.
Thank you.
I would just like to ask, what about Jan Krzysztof Duda? Because he's the hero here, the star. How do you value him?
No, I mean, he knocked me out of the World Cup in Rapid, so I mean, that's combined with the fact that he scored 16.5 out of 21 in the Blitz in 2018, a score that's only been bettered by one player in all of these Blitz events. Yeah, I think it speaks to the fact that he's capable of going all the way, and you know, whether he will fight with a very best or not, that's really only up to him.
Thank you. Other questions from the media? Now that the journalists are proceeding, I think, Michal, you had a question.
Yeah, I've got one question to Mr. President Arkady Dvorkovich about chances for Poland to organize Olympiad in Poland one day. What do you think about this?
Any country had a chance. But certainly countries have great chess tradition, and stars like Duda now and where members of the government like chess have better chances than others. When you bid for such an event and it's huge, it's not cheap. Also financially, you have to persuade people around, both authorities and society, that it's one of the priorities to do that it will improve the image of the country and create the foundation for the future development of sports in general and chess in particular. It's not an easy task for any government, but I think the Polish government and the chess community has all chances to do it. It doesn't mean that we will have the only bid from Poland. I heard some rumors, I would put it this way, right now, that other countries want to bid as well, but we'll see. I think this country deserves holding the Olympiad anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question
here.
for Magnus. Hello. If you had to choose one time format that you will play for the rest of your life, which time format would it be?
I would say unquestionably Blitz. That's the most fun.
Okay.
Yes, actually, Blitz is a favorite format for many millions of chess fans around the world. And I would like to ask the world champion, maybe he can give some tips for the players who just try to improve in Blitz. What qualities do you need to have to play Blitz successfully?
No, so obviously practice in Blitz helps, but I think most of all general chess practice, and I don't think you can be very good at Blitz without also being great at classical, because after all the game is the same, and having a good base understanding of chess helps you in both formats, but obviously, if the differences are very small, then practice is what's most important.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sure that everybody now is listening to this very important advice. Please.
Nazywam się Wojciech Wielgus z portalu Wydarzeń Świętokrzyskie. Mam pytanie do Magnusa, ale pierw prośbę do Michała Kanarkiewicza. Mógłbyś przetłumaczyć pytanie Magnusowi?
Yeah, sure.
Tak, nie ma problemu. Słyszałem wypowiedź Hikaru Nakamury, który mówi, że na pewno nie jest najlepszy na świecie w szachy klasyczne, że parę osób byłoby go na pewno w stanie pokonać w rapidzie i w blitzu, ale że uważa siebie za najlepszego zawodnika w bulletach na świecie. I chciałem zapytać Magnusa, czy zgadza się z tą opinią Hikaru?
Okay. So the question is that journalist asked about Hikaru Nakamura because one day he said that he is not concerning himself as the best player all over the world, but he thinks that he is the best at the bullet. What do you think about this opinion, Magnus Carlsen?
Is this for me?
Yes.
I think we're playing Rapid and Blitz here over the board, not bullet online, so I don't think it's very relevant. But having said that, Hikaru is obviously a great Rapid and Blitz player, and he has gotten a lot of silver and bronze medals in World Rapid and Blitz Championships, so he's very strong.
Yeah.
I have a question to Max. Magnus, it's a little bit smiley question because before the match against Nepomniachtchi, you play magic game in bullet on the lichess, and you plus and won many games, and finally you won the match. And now I check your results, and you little bit down last days. What do you think? How estimate you form before this tournament?
No, I think it's a bit of a coincidence. I mean, some days you play well, some days you don't play so well. So yeah, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on that.
Yeah. Magnus, you also wrote in your Instagram that winning is a habit. How actually to get such a useful habit?
Practice.
Practice.
Practice both at chess and at winning, obviously. But I think it shouldn't be underestimated that in these tournaments there's a lot of pressure on the people who are leading, and having practice leading is very helpful. So it's always tough, but it's easier if you've been there before.
Yeah. It seems like you are the most experienced players in this sense. Okay, other questions, please. Mm-hmm.
My question is to Magnus. Recently you defended your world classical title and the pressure was immense. Do you feel the same pressure while defending the Rapid and Blitz title as well?
I would say playing the Rapid and Blitz championship is a little bit less of pressure since there's a championship every year. So like you can get it back the next year. And I'm realistic enough also to understand that I'm not necessarily a favorite against the field. I'm always going to be a favorite in the match against one opponent, but against such a strong field, I can only expect to to be at my best or nearly. And even then, if somebody has a tournament that's really exceptional, I cannot necessarily expect to win every time. So I feel there's a bit less pressure, but I'm still burning with the desire to win every tournament that I play. As I said, this is definitely one of my favorite tournaments and one of the most prestigious ones as well.
And because the tournament is happening in the football stadium, can we expect you to be playing football on the rest day? I mean, there's no rest day.
There's no rest day.
Yeah.
At the end of Rapid.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, depends on the result. Like if I'm 19th in the Rapid, then I kind of doubt it. But we'll see.
Thank you. Magnus, you also said that this type of format is your favorite and you've played so many World Rapid and Blitz events. Do you have some like really good memories, maybe something special about the previous events in the past you remember?
Yeah, I think probably my favorite was last year or not last year, sorry, 2 years ago in Moscow, the last World World Championship. I came in there and not feeling in great shape at all, and felt like every day was a struggle, but I still managed to get the win. So that was really satisfying, and incidentally also in a football stadium.
Also, I would like to mention that actually when we will have spectators here at this tournament, and the tickets were sold out like in half an hour. So the question is to the Polish, obviously, representatives, like how can you explain such a huge popularity of chess in the country?
The situation in Polish chess chess in Poland was always very popular. When you see the photographs of the Chess Olympiad in Warsaw in 1935, you see the hundreds of kibiters, and all the tickets were sold. It happened already before the war. I don't know. I was looking at these photographs. I was really curious how this is possible. Now I have seen exactly the same situation. The tickets were sold immediately. We have so many fans. We are one of the sports federation in Poland with the most active players. It's almost 100,000 players, which is a giant number. And for me, this is no surprise that the tickets were sold. We warned people, please buy the tickets quickly because they will be sold out.
Yeah, thank you. Lukasz, would you like to add something?
I fully agree with Radosław in said that so many people are interested to watch games live, but also when we were having this, let's say, 2 days to choose the venue, one of our priorities was to have a venue where spectators will be allowed. So here we have the system that group of spectators will be allowed to see the top games, and I think it's very important for this event.
Thank you. Do we have more questions? Because it's really time. If you want to ask something, it's a good time. Michal, maybe you have?
Yeah, I've got one more question about organizational part of this tournament, both to Radosław and Łukasz Turlej, because we've had only 16 days to prepare this. How difficult was that to prepare the tournament?
Am I first?
You can go first, yeah.
Well, the most difficult part was to build a team of people who can do this, who can prepare such a big and prestigious tournament, and especially in a very short period of time to do this. And especially, the most difficult part is, of course, to ask people to work during Christmas, during the first day of Christmas, and this is very traditional in Poland, and it was almost impossible to do this. I worked by myself. I went to the airport, tried to help. Even I took Anastasia in the night from the airport to help the people to prepare this tournament. It was a very difficult task. But for me, it is a great honor, and I'm very proud that we can hold this championship in Poland. I believe this was worth doing it.
Yeah, it was amazing to see how many people got involved, but also I would like to mention that we received a lot of feedback from top players of the world who are very thankful that in this difficult Christmas time and also on such a short notice, many people here are working, and as I said at the opening speech, I'm very proud of the cooperation that we are having in here and of so many people who got involved.
Yeah. I also think that at least for me, the last week of every December is a time for miracles, and all professional Santas and whatever, Ded Moroz come together, they can do miracles. That's what happened here.
Yeah. Arkady Vladimirovich, I know that also Warsaw is hosting the FIDE Congress. Can you say a few words about it?
Yeah, of course, that's a tricky one since we are having the hybrid form of FIDE Congress with all the commissions having online meetings a few days in a row. Today we are going to have the Zonal Council, tomorrow the FIDE Council meeting, and the day after tomorrow is the General Assembly of FIDE. Most people will be online, of course, only a few people will be here, but I would like to thank our hosts for this opportunity. We have lots of very serious subjects to discuss, including plans for the next year. It's going to be year of the Chess Olympiad as well, and electoral assembly, so lots of things, and it's a pity that those 300 people cannot all come to Warsaw to enjoy hospitality of Poland, but hopefully we will do our best together to make sure next year we are all in one place.
Okay, I see one more question.
Yeah, it's a question for Arkady Dorkovic. Magnus Carlsen recently expressed his doubts if he will play a next World Championship match. How do you see the future of a World Championship match without Magnus?
First of all, never say never. Secondly, I will concentrate on what's going on right now, and right now Magnus will be playing for the World Rapid and Blitz Championships, and we will all enjoy it. And he has a great ambition also to set the record for the rating, 2900. So lots of things that we should expect going forward. And FIDE will do its best to ensure that World Championship matches will be organized to establish the World Championship titles.
Yes. It's clear that all fans are stressed a bit after this statement of Magnus. Maybe you would like to add something to what you said before. Shall we root for new generation of players now?
Sure. I'm also very happy to be here for the World Rapid and Blitz Championship.
Okay, thank you very much. And if we don't have other questions, I would like to thank everybody for joining this press conference. And just quick note that we have 176 participants, and in the open section, 103 in women's section, and soon at 2:45 we are going to have the opening ceremony, and at 3 o'clock we start the games. Yes, thank you for joining us.